I'm Rob Licuria, Senior Editor at Gold Derby, here with Minha Kim, who stars as Sunja in Pachinko. Minha, this is a real breakthrough role for you, obviously, at the relative start of your career. So how has life changed for you since starring in Pachinko?
Um, well, that's the question I've asked to myself recently, and I think um, after Pachinko release, it was end of March. So starting from end of March to now, a lot of things has changed. I've experienced a lot of things that I've never did before. Like for example, I have to I did a lot of like magazine stuff. I did a lot of interview. A lot of people are starting to get interested in me, and not only just about me, but they were curious about my process of approaching to Sunja. And so I think this whole thing makes me to think about myself and um, just giving me the greatest time to just try to think about myself every morning, and every seconds I have to, you know, who am I and how did I do it, and how did I approach to this character, and how did my life has changed, and how can I do things better in the future. So not only just about the situations around me, but I think the whole things about myself, like in the inner part, has changed a lot, I guess.
Yeah, and you're currently in the Korean countryside because production on season
Hmm.
two has only just started. So that
Oh,
means,
no, I it's not for the Pachinko season two.
oh, you're
I'm
shooting
shooting.
something else.
Yeah. The another project in Korea.
When will you join production for season two of Pachinko?
Well, hopefully next year, the early next year. I'm thinking. I mean, like I guess, but nothing more. Nothing specific came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's still too early to tell, but you'll be back in her shoes very soon.
Hmm.
As we follow Sunja's, striving to build a new life for herself in Japan.
Hmm.
What are you most looking forward to when you get back on the Pachinko set?
Oh, well, it feels like I'm going back to my home. So first of all, I got to meet all my families in Pachinko, and I'm so excited for that. And then, second of all, I can start a journey of Sunja. Mm, and she became older, and she is facing a lot of challenges, and think that I have to build more stories and characters, and all those like wacky things happening around her. Just so excited for that, and how beautiful it is to see all those sad people and atmosphere. Just looking forward to see all this stuff again.
Yeah, yeah, we are. We're certainly looking forward to revisiting the story. It's an
Hmm.
epic story spanning decades, continents, generations, but it's really Sanjay that ties it all together. And what I find most compelling about her and the character that you have built with Jung is that she's very vulnerable and also very strong.
Hmm.
How does the vulnerability and strength resonate with you personally? Did you find it particularly challenging to balance those two emotions?
Um, I thought that the reason why she can be really strong is that she admit that she's vulnerable, and she's fragile. She's not afraid to collapse. She's just she knows how to fall down. So the moment she admit that she's just broke down, and she's in just in the bottom of the earth, she knows how to raise up, and she knows how to solve the problem. She's so fast, and like she's clever. So this link between vulnerability and strength, just all connected, and it's just one tiny things that she knows how to admit herself. So the moment I figure out that she knows how to admit and she knows how to move forward, it was not that hard for me to, keep the balance between these two, this
Wow.
position.
Yeah, it's that self-awareness, I think you're saying, that makes her so strong and resilient. She's been through so much. I read that when you secured the role, you devoured Min Jin Lee's epic best-selling novel overnight. So what did you make of her when you started to piece together who she is? And of course, the overwhelming challenge of having to portray this pretty popular and iconic character.
Yeah, I read it overnight and I couldn't put it down. Really, oh my god! While I was reading it, I was thinking, this is crazy, and I was thinking, I have to do this. There's something very strong and unexplainable feelings. I don't know if I can call it feelings, but this connections between this character and me has just built it right after I was reading the book. So I just felt I just got to do it, and I have to find the connections between this character and me right away after I was reading all the vocabulary in the book and also in the script. So I think this instinct connections has just built right away.
What do you think it was about you personally that made you connect to her so quickly, and then of course helped you really make her feel like a real person when we were watching her on screen?
Well, it's the one personality of myself too that I personally I'm not afraid of failing. I mean, I am afraid of failing, but I'm not afraid of to start something again.
Yeah.
I had that personality. So I just figure out that Sunja and me, we all seems fragile and baby girl in house. But I think I just have the power to start again something and to find out and to solve things and independent. So I think this is this organic connections that's just born naturally. I felt that, and then but I've also thought that I had a lot of things to learn from Sunja, that I want to be stronger, and I just wanted to be faster and responsibility. I'm responsible to for my family and for myself, and how she knows how to protect herself. So I just wanted to learn this characters from her. So connections between her and me, and something to learn from her. And this was how I built it over and over again.
It's a real gift actually when you get a character like that can help you learn something about yourself too. You share bringing her to life with Oscar winner Jung, and despite you both not really crossing paths during production, obviously you're in different timelines. Was there much consideration in your mind about aligning how you would both play her, or were you both quite independent in how you tackled this character?
I think we were both very independent, and like you said, we had no opportunity to meet at set because we're obviously the same character. So, but I don't know. I had a strong belief in her, not only with YJ, but also with the young Sunja, the baby Sunja.
Mhm.
We all had the belief. I mean, I had belief with them, and we just trust each other. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you could really
Mhm.
do. But it's so beautiful how
Mhm.
you both. It just feels like you're almost the same person when we're watching
Oh,
this character,
really?
which is, yeah, it's beautifully done.
Wow.
Um, Also, Lee Min Ho is so fantastic as Hansu. There's something
Mhm.
very compelling when you're both on screen together. Um, and of course, things don't quite work out for the two of them. But in the first couple of episodes, that there's a real magic there. Was there anything specific that you both did to develop that connection between these two characters early on in the season?
We talked a lot. I mean, we talked a lot, not only about the scenes, but personally, we talk a lot. We talk about our life, and we talk about our love. We talk about everything. That's why we had this something. I I really appreciate you used the word magical, because it was magical, and not only about the conversation. I mean, as a Sanja, this Hansu is Wikipedia for Sunja. He's the one who taught the world to her. So he's so big for me. So he's huge. He's a world for her. So this this two things, as a personal and as a character, combine, which can make the sparkle on the screen, I guess.
Yeah. And then, of course, when things start to fall apart, that pain and anguish that Sunja feels when Hansu is not the man that she thought perhaps that he
Mhm.
was, is something that we all felt as we went along for this journey. And I just wonder how that affected you both. I mean, I guess you're actors, so you're playing a part, but was there any consideration about how you've got this magical connection, but unfortunately it has to be broken? What was that like for the two of you?
As Sanja or as me?
Yeah, as
Or
you, as the two of you
as me?
working.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's just of course, while we were acting, it was heartbroken, and it was crazy. But after off the camera, we are all good friends and we're good colleagues. So we talk about that scene a lot too, and about our emotions, and as the purpose of this conversation was to protect ourselves, not to be hurt in personal, in a real life. So I think we did a great job on, to figure out emotions and get healed um, by those scenes. So we
Mm.
are all good. We are all good friends,
That's
and
good. That's good.
yeah.
It's good to know.
Mhm.
You said earlier that the show and playing this character, you've learnt a lot about yourself. I wonder if
Mhm.
you will take that lesson about when you have to work with another actor and the characters are falling in love, and you said you talked a lot with Minho, and you became very close. Will you take that strategy going forward in other roles that you play because you found that that was the best way for you to tap into that connection?
Uh, yes, yes, of course. I think having a lot of conversations with the co-workers is great. It's great step to build the characters, and also not only about having the conversation. I just felt like I've learned that the ability of myself listening to others has increased a lot. I mean, just larger my horizon. I felt like listening to others like deeply inside my heart has, you know, and I think this is one of um, another like another strategy for me to build and have a link to the other characters, not only as a Sanja, but also to the other characters that comes to me. So
Yeah.
great strategy.
There's so many really amazing scenes that we can point to as a highlight for you and the character. For example, that first kiss with Hansu, the giving birth would have been quite difficult. But I have to say, for me, the when a younger Sunja says goodbye to her mother before going to Osaka, I found that to be devastating. I think a lot of us have been through something similar, and it made me feel connected to her in a way that I wasn't expecting. What do you feel about a scene like that, and how was it difficult to do?
It was hard. It was really hard saying goodbye to my mother, and we were shooting that scene in Canada, and every morning I sent and my mom sent a message to me from Korea, and that helped me a lot. And unfortunately, I don't know, it was great timing, but that morning my mom sent a message to me that, you know what, I miss you so much, but I was wondering how my mom missed me too. That breaks my heart so much. She said that morning of me shooting that, saying goodbye to Yangjin. So I mean, thank mom, but that's that really helped me a lot.
That
But
helps.
yeah, that helps. But still, like imagine you cannot see your parents over, like, I don't know, more than 10 years, 20 years. And at that time we didn't have any phone. We couldn't expect anything to happen. I mean, that's crazy. I cannot even imagine specifically. I just have to guess what's that gonna be like. But even though I have to guess the feelings of Sunja and Yangjin, I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't let her go. So yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but still on screen, I admit it was beautiful. And
Yeah.
thanks to, yeah.
I mean, no wonder it was so effective, because I mean, you were also feeling some pretty authentic emotions as you were doing it, as from what you're telling me. And it reminds me that Pachinko is so wonderful for so many reasons. Like, it's beautiful, it's beautifully done, it's about class and loss and love, but it's also, I think, at its core about family and ancestors and how they have a profound impact on your life, like either through generational trauma or through just their actions, and their paths, will have an effect on what your path will be. So did that give you an understanding or appreciation for your own family and the generations, in your own family?
My grandmother, she lives like exactly the same era as Sunja. So it reminds me of my grandmother. That's why I had so much responsibility while I was, doing the role for Sunja. It was not just about acting for me though. It was, like you said, it was about my family and about generations. It was the conversations between generations. So the sacrifice and love happenings as a family, as a member of family, and as for all the ancestors, it was big. And personally, it's not just about me building up the career. It was about me telling the story of family and telling the story on behalf of all these generations and ancestors. So yeah, it was beyond something.
Yeah, I know. And it was for us too, the one people who enjoyed watching it. Minha, thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on a beautiful performance. I can't wait for season 2.
Thank you so much.